you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No! I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio, you and me. And I have an email here from an unsigned listener. He says, Tom, I just got engaged. I don't particularly care about getting married, but it's important to her. We already live together and own a house together. We've been together for 6.5 years. Engineer type. Can't say 6.5 years. It's 6.5 years. I have a feeling this is marriage 2.0 for him. Maybe marriage 3.0. He bought the upgrade. He says, I'm 34, she's 36, no kids on either side. She makes six figures and I'm close. Plus, I'm worth several $100K. Anyway, I finally gave in. Now get this. She expects me to buy her an $8,500 ring. Not only that, she's making out about how nice she's being by not insisting on a $15K ring, since that would be 2 months' salary for me. She actually calculated it. In general, she is not a gold digger. We split everything 50-50. Actually, probably more like 60-40 in my favor. But this really pisses me off. I'm basically doing all this for her. And now, on top of it, I'm supposed to waste $8,500 on a stupid, useless rock? I don't think this is a gold-digging thing at all. She can flaunt it around to all the other chicks. That's what it's all about. She equates my love for her with how much I'm willing to spend on the ring just so she can flaunt it around to all the other chicks. I'm thinking of telling her to buy her own goddamn ring. If she wants to tell the world I paid for it, so all the other hands will look up to her, that's cool. I very seriously doubt she'll go for that, though, and a very large fight will ensue. What is your take on this, he says. Well, first of all, this 2-month salary thing, and don't kid yourself. There is no formula for what kind of engagement ring you have to buy. That was created by an advertising agency for De Beers, the world's largest distributor of diamonds. They came up with that as an ad campaign. To me, if you're ever going to... And let me just say this. If you're ever going to buy any kind of precious stone, not just diamond rings, not just engagement rings, any kind of precious stone, my opinion is that the stone should be proportionate to the finger. But, of course, we all know the real formula. Forget the De Beers formula. I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, what the real formula is for calculating the size of a diamond ring. The size of the diamond is inversely proportional to the size of the knuckle that lives under the diamond. Look around. Don't take my word on this. Note that the fatter the finger, the smaller the diamond. You see some of these chicks with big, fat, hairy knuckles out at your local shopping mall in the suburban areas. You know, if you're ever slumming over there at Walmart or somewhere, take a look at the engagement rings that chicks are wearing there. Another good place to look is a place like Costco. Take a look. Women with fat fingers, short hair, and diamond crumbs. Now, if you want to see large diamonds, come on over to Beverly Hills, where women are constantly in weight training, proper diets. They are getting the proper plastic surgery and what have you. The fingers are slender. The rocks are large. The zip code is 90210, 90211, and 90212. This is not an accident. You know, you can call in and talk to me about inner beauty all you want. You can call in and talk to me about it's what's inside that counts, or it's how somebody feels that counts. But the reality is, slender finger, big rock. Fat finger, diamond crumb. That's the real formula. But you won't be seeing that in a De Beers commercial anytime soon. I'll bet you the Robbins brothers won't be on the air. Skip and Steve won't be on the air talking about if your wife is fat, get her a diamond crumb. But if your wife is a 10, get her a 4-carat rock. They're not going to say that. But you know what? That's the real formula. There's no doubt in my mind about this, and I've been observing this for years. Check it out sometime. I mean, I have seen chicks with those fat fingers and an engagement ring with a diamond so tiny that the setting looks like a big claw engulfing the diamond crumb. There's more setting than diamond. You know, some big 18-karat white gold thing that just kind of, it looks like it clamped down on the diamond. You have to, like, look around the claw to see what's inside. Meanwhile, chicks with slender fingers, you can't even see their goddamn fingers because the diamond is so big. That's really the way it works. And by the way, forget the 2-month salary thing, because believe you me, the guy with a 9 or a 10 who has that big diamond, it's a lot less than 2 months of his salary. Trust me. That guy could have built a house out of a diamond. He just could have, carved a doorway, and they could have moved into a diamond. So that 2-month salary thing does not fit for anybody at all. So any woman who's fallen for that is using it as an excuse to squeeze money out of you. What is an engagement ring anyway? Now, again, don't get me wrong. I've bought 3 of them. An engagement ring is what I like to call divorce insurance. That's the first thing your girlfriend will cash in the minute she decides to have sex with your best friend, or the minute she decides that she's tired of your socks being on the floor. She will cash that in. For her, that's like a little, you know what? That's like when you go to U-Haul and you rent the truck and they take a deposit. You are putting a deposit down on this merchandise, which you will never actually own. You're simply leasing it. In addition, when you decide to upgrade to a Lexus from a Kia, she will take that ring and cash it in as well. That's the purpose of it. That's the purpose of an engagement ring. If anybody came to me and said, I figured out what your 2-month salary is and how much ring you should buy, they would not ever get a ring from me. You know what? You with the wrong chick. That's definitely somebody who thinks you should be paying for things. And if she has a 6-figure job, there's no way you should be taking 2 months of your salary, or even 1 month of your salary, and forking it over to her. She's going to have to do a lot of forking me before I fork anything over. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be getting forked all the time. I'm going to be getting forked in every position before I fork over a month's salary to some bimbo who makes more money than I do. And that's the other thing in this particular case. The chick makes more money than he does. And she sat there and calculated. I mean, first of all, she knows what his salary is, which is preposterous, and then she takes that amount and calculates what 2-month salary is and says, see, I could be asking you for a $15,000 ring, but I only want $8,500. Oh, please. You know, we guys, we hate this. We hate engagement rings. We hate this tradition. And frankly, it would be nice if the next time one of these bitches says, you better get me a $15,000 ring because that's 2 months. We should just kick them the hell out. Kick them the hell out. Why the hell do women deserve a goddamn engagement ring?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Yo, Tommy, I got a question for you, brother.
Yeah, Donnie.
You need a sidekick on the broadcasting station?
No, I don't.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Mark on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Mark.
I got a story for you, all right?
All right.
I bought a ring for my now ex-wife about 3 years ago. Didn't last very long.
All right.
But I was the dumb fool that fell madly in love and thought the bigger the diamond, the more it meant I loved her. And although I wasn't really working very much at the time, I managed to muster up 4 credit cards and max them all out.
You maxed out 4 credit cards? How much was that ring?
Well, that ring cost me $11,000, and I didn't have $20,000 in the bank. That's nothing. Nothing. Beautiful ring, amazing, and I'm still paying for that today.
That's great.
Yeah, isn't that great? And she has it, because of course that was my next question for you, but I know it's a little off the subject. Is how to get it back from her now that I'm divorced, so I can cash it in myself.
You didn't tell me you got divorced.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Married for 2 years, bought the ring, married her, lasted for 2 years, and now she's still got it, and I'm still paying for it.
Did you ever figure out how much interest you paid on that amount?
Tom, I don't even want to think about that. That scared the hell out of me.
Uh-huh.
I might go jump off a building if I figured that one out. Boys out
now, by the way, my knowledge of this, and I'm not an attorney, but obviously you have a divorce attorney. He's the man to ask.
Right.
That's a gift from you to her.
Right.
And you were not married, so it's not community property when you gave her the ring.
Right.
So you're screwed.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
I hope that was the best lay you ever had for that amount of money.
You have no idea.
I hope she sucked the flesh right off you.
Oh, she was... I'd say she wasn't worth every penny, but...
Was it really worth $11,000 plus interest?
No. The divorce cost me $47,000. So
$47,000.
And of course, I'm still paying vagina money on that.
After 2 years of marriage?
Uh-huh.
How much did you have to pay?
1 year of alimony for it totaled about $20,000.
Wonderful.
Fun stuff.
That's great.
Isn't it neat?
Yeah, well, I hope all the boys who are thinking of getting married at 19 out there, I hope they're all listening.
Don't do it. Don't even get married at 30 if you're not sure you're with the right girl, because 60% divorce rate in Southern California, it's just not worth the risk.
Yeah.
I would not do it. There's nothing in it to gain for the guy. There's nothing in it.
There we go.
As you have told us 100 times.
There you go, Mark.
All right, Tom, thanks. Blow me up. Oh, you know what? Can you take me out with a nagging biatch and a shotgun?
Let me see what we've got here, Mark. Biatch. He's wanted to do that so many times. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Joe on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's up, Tom?
Not much, Joe.
Thank God for you, man. I met this girl when I was about 20 years old, dated her for 4 years, moved out from the East Coast out here. I'm a second-year law student. I owe about $120,000 in loans by the time I'm done, and this bukyag expected me to fork over some money, about 8 Gs, 9 Gs for a ring. So I said, F you, and I moved out.
Good for you. How did she react when you told her that?
I think she saw it coming from a mile away because, she could see that she was pissing me off for the longest time. And I told her every time she nagged me about getting married or get her in a ring. I told her for each time that she did that, that was another 3 months I was going to postpone any possible engagement. So by the time I left, I told her she had at least 15 years. So I moved out, you know, and best thing that I ever did in my entire life. And it was awesome. It was awesome. So anyway, that's about it, Tommy. But, hey, can I get old school, please?
Of course you can. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Joe on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, what's going on?
Not much, Joe.
Hey, I got one for you that might help some of the boys out there. Quick story. I got engaged probably 12 years ago to a gal. Spent about $3,500 on the ring. The thing came unwound about 6 months later, and she got real crappy and wouldn't give it back. So I contacted an attorney, and 3 weeks later, I should say, I had the thing back. It cost me $162.
Wow. How'd she react to that?
Oh, she was livid. But here's the deal. What my attorney told me is that when a guy gives the gal an engagement ring, unless you give it at Christmas or for a birthday or some kind of event, that ring is considered a condition of an agreement. And if that agreement doesn't come to pass, then each party's got to be returned to their original status, and that's the law.
So the advice of your attorney would be not to give an engagement ring for Christmas or Valentine's Day or a holiday of any kind.
Exactly, and that's what he told me. He asked me, he said, did you give it to her at Christmas? And so it could be misconstrued as a gift, and I said no. And he said, no problem.
Wow.
So
I hope my boys are paying attention. That's great.
Getting the thing back is a phone call away. $162.
Did she have to hire an attorney, or did she just give in?
No, she gave in. He got pretty crappy, and I mean, one letter I think is all it took. And I mean, she didn't have a leg to stand on. So.
Yeah, gotta love it, Joe. Thank you.
Hey, Tom, put that shotgun up to my head and pull the trigger, buddy.
All right, Joe. Here it is. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Charlie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
All right, Charlie.
Hey, I'll tell you a story. I was badgered into buying a ring for a woman. I mean, absolutely. She asked me to marry her. So, okay, finally, after all the badgering, I go ahead, and she was in Arizona. So she asked me for the money. She found the perfect ring. Okay, so I send her the money. After the ring's bought and paid for, her whole attitude changes. She is the queen bitch after this. I mean, nothing I did was right. Her personality changed so bad, it freaked me out. I called it off, and you know what she wanted to do? She wanted to keep the ring.
Of course she did, Charlie, for God's sake. Listen, 1-800-5800-TOM. William, on a cell phone, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Not much, William.
Yeah, I got a question about the rings. I got a same thing, a promise ring.
What the hell is that?
That's what he's on bugging me about, Tom. A promise ring.
What is it?
I have no idea.
Then why would you buy it?
No, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, but I mean, did she tell you what it is or what it means?
I told her, I was like, if you could tell me what that's gonna mean, I'll buy it. And she couldn't tell me an answer, so I haven't bought one.
Now, William, you're 19?
Yes.
This is not your girlfriend, is it?
Yeah.
Why do you need a girlfriend?
I don't know.
No. That's not a good enough answer, William. I need a better answer than that. I mean, just like your girlfriend couldn't tell you what a promise ring was, so you didn't buy one, I'm not buying your answer.
I guess I just like being with her a lot.
Yeah, but you're too young to have one person.
Yes.
Too young.
Yes.
And now she wants you to make promises. What kind of promises?
I don't know. She just wants that promise ring, and I told her, well, just because I give you a promise ring means like I care for you more or stuff like that. And she couldn't really answer me.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you what a promise ring is. A promise ring is essentially, although officially this isn't what it is, this is what I say it is. A promise ring is a woman trying step by step to get you to promise to get engaged to her.
Yeah.
Are you ready to promise that?
No.
Why are you with a girlfriend, pal? Why can't you just bang her?
Because I guess she wants, like, oh, my boyfriend and this and that. And
well, William, maybe you need somebody else.
yeah.
You're not going to marry this chick.
I don't think so, neither.
Well, then what are you doing? And now she's starting to boss you around.
Oh, no. She don't boss me around.
What do you mean she wants a promise ring?
Yeah, she wants a lot of things, too, but I don't give it to her.
Yeah, well, the answer is no. You're not promising anything.
Cool.
All you promise is to put her up against the wall tonight, and that's about the only promise she's getting from you.
Promise to get her naked in the bed.
That's the promise. And you know what? Here's a promise. Dean made this point, and he's right. I promise you that if you don't give her an engagement ring, I promise she'll get pregnant. Here's a promise for you.
Okay.
And I promise that you'll be 21 and working 3 jobs. It's another promise.
Gotcha.
All right, so, pal, you're really putting yourself in a bad position here.
So you think I should just dump her because you...
Absolutely.
All right, no problem, no problem.
Well, they start asking for the promise ring. Do you understand how women work? They try to hook you into a relationship. If you don't appear to be interested in a permanent relationship or a commitment of some kind, then they find other ways to get you committed. Did you hear the show we did recently with women calling in who were trying to get pregnant and their boyfriends didn't know?
I caught part of it because I'm already delivering, so I listened to the show.
Yeah.
I caught part of it.
Well, that's what women do when you don't get them an engagement ring.
They get pregnant?
Yeah. Especially when you're 19, pal.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, I have another question. I had called earlier on Friday to ask you about you smoking weed. How much weed did you smoke?
Well, right now I'm not smoking any weed.
I know. Dean had told me.
I've smoked some years. I smoked a lot of weed. Some years I smoked none.
All right.
I mean, I do whatever works for me at the time.
Yeah.
I've been recovering from my voice was trash last year. I had mold in my house. I had to have the walls removed and stuff, and so I've been getting my throat back to good condition. I really don't smoke weed.
All right.
But that doesn't mean that I haven't or wouldn't. It just means that, I've been laying off it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right, I got you, Tom. Hey, Tom, do me a favor, yeah?
What's that, William?
Yeah, can you take my city of L.A. out with the bong hit and then blow us all up?
All right, William. Here you go. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Jill on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I never thought I would call you. I have a small take on this.
Yeah.
Kind of at the beginning of the show when you were talking about the pretty fingers and the pretty rings.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get. You're going to buy yourself a little trophy, and it kind of seems like if you're going for that kind of woman, that's what you're going to
that kind of woman. The fact is that attractive women are generally that kind of woman, with few exceptions. There are exceptions, but generally speaking, women who are 9s and 10s know they have something to sell.
Right, and they generally have that kind of personality to go along with it.
There are cool chicks who won't ask you for an engagement ring, but they're 6s.
Yeah, and there are exceptions, but I think you just got to be careful when you're going after that trophy. The trophy.
That's why I tell the boys to do anything you can to undermine her self-esteem. Beat her down.
What's that?
That's why I tell guys to beat down her self-esteem.
To beat it down?
Yes, erode it as much as possible.
Yeah. And
you don't want her thinking she's a 9 or a 10. You want her to know there's other fish in the sea, and you'll be happy to go out fishing.
Right, and if you're going to buy a ring, it can't be just for anything. I mean, it's got to be a mutual thing that you're going to love this person. And
but even again, you know what? Guys are in love, but they don't want to spend $8,000, $10,000.
And you shouldn't spend $8,000 on a ring. Well, that's not what it's about.
Well, I agree with you, but guess what? You ever listen to the radio? I mean, every break there's a commercial about engagement rings and diamonds, and and that's what people do.
Yeah, I think you just got to find the women that aren't interested in that. I mean, you're going to get yourself in trouble if you come across that woman who's going to make you buy the ring, and she picks it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you're going to buy an engagement ring. That's your gig, and you go out and you pick it. And she should be happy.
That's right. Take what she gets.
That's my take on it.
She's lucky to get anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I would.
I know how you are.
I would.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
A little soured. That's all right.
A little jaded after all these years.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. You take care.
Jill, thank you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
He's a wild man.
The Tom Leykis Show.
You call 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. A listener asks, what is the deal with engagement rings? What's the deal? By the way, no angry chicks who think they are entitled to an engagement ring have called in yet. Not one. Sean on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
All right, Sean.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you.
I've been listening to you since you're on the AM station back in 1990, I believe.
That is exactly where I was.
Yeah. Anyways, I think you're going to be proud of me. I was married to a psycho, crazy bitch, if I can say bitch.
Yes.
Okay, she made my life miserable, and she always wanted a bigger wedding ring.
Uh-huh.
So I took her wedding ring down to the jewelry mart, and I was looking and looking and looking, and I thought to myself, I got to spend the money on this person. I'm not going to be with her anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I exchanged it, and they gave me credit for it, and I told them to put like a cubic zirconia in there to look like a 4-carat diamond ring.
Yeah.
She never knew. We're going through a divorce now. She went to go sell it, and she was livid. She went crazy, calling me all kinds of stuff. Knocked my ass off. Let me tell you, it was funny as hell. So all the guys out there, let me tell you, buying cubic zirconias. Do not buy the real thing.
That is the greatest. That's like a time bomb.
It was great.
Yeah, F the pizza guy, and you're going to find out there's a little joke being played on you, baby.
I would never do it again. I'll tell you that right now. This woman used my kids against me and all kinds of other stuff. So just be careful out there, guys.
Absolutely. All right, Sean. Thank you for that.
By the way, Tom, can I ask you a quick question?
What's that?
You used to be on the radio station that Dr. Laura Lesslinger was on. Did you hate her or what?
I'll just put it this way. I think I feel the same way most of America feels about her. Count me in. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Christy on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Christy.
I've always agreed with you, and I love you to death, but I definitely had to call because you just said you don't have any girls that think they expect a ring.
That's not what I said.
They haven't called yet.
Oh, yeah, calling in, yes.
Yes, and I wanted to call because I definitely deserve one, and I'm going to get it.
What do you do to deserve a large diamond ring?
Well, I want it, and
the fact that you want something, doesn't mean you deserve it.
That's true. But I'm 20 years old. I definitely am a 10. And I want.
So you're putting it up for sale. In other words, your appearance, you're selling it to the highest bidder.
I'm going to be with somebody I like, but they definitely have to make me happy.
What if the guy who loves you the most has the least amount of money? You don't care. You won't marry him.
Probably not. He'll probably just be on the side, to be honest.
There we go. So you're going to be selling. And then you're going to have somebody on the side. You're going to sell yourself to the highest bidder. Then the guy who pays for that ring is going to have you effing the other guy.
Probably.
Well, why would anybody commit to you?
The thing is, okay, I know a lot of, working in Los Angeles in the industry, you see a lot of marriages. And to me, a marriage, I want it to be for love, but 90% of the time, it's like a deal. It's like, I'm going to make somebody happy.
Oh, will you be honest enough to tell anybody who wants to marry you that that's your attitude about love and marriage?
Oh, I'm very honest with it.
So you would tell them, look, I don't
cheat.
There's probably other people I could love, but, I'm selling to the highest bidder.
If somebody can make me happy and I care about them, I will make them as happy.
Unless they have no money. Unless they don't have enough money for your liking.
Pretty much, Tom.
Hang on a second. Mike, what do you think about that?
I think this is exactly what's wrong with the female gender, and all these women call and complain and say, oh, Tom, I can't believe the way you talk about women. This is exactly why, because women out there are whoring themselves and reducing themselves to a damn rock on their hand. I don't care what you look like. You're not worth it, and that's not the kind of time or money I want to spend on anybody.
I would love to see you. I would love to see you out in L.A. and how probably lie about how you are and how you act and what you do for a living is probably completely when you're in the club.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm not young Hollywood like yourself. I actually work all the time and busting my hump floor.
That's great. I respect that. I think that's wonderful for you. I'm just saying,
if you respect that, then if you respect that, then why beg for the money in a form of a rock on your hand?
It's not just a rock. There's a lot of other things that I want.
At least
I'm being honest. I'm just saying at least
I'm telling you straight up. I'm telling you straight up. You are demeaning women in general and are exactly what's wrong with it. And you wonder why guys see women like whores. I will let you. I will let you when I'm finished.
Okay.
This is exactly why guys treat women like whores, because you put yourselves out there like them.
Okay, well, let me tell you something. I come from money. I can take care of myself. I pay all my bills. I pay for everything. I drive a nice car. I live in a nice house. I pay for everything. I buy dinner. I go out to dinner with guys, and I pay for dinner. At times. But I'm saying if I'm in a relationship, I have money. If I'm with somebody that has money, I definitely expect to look good. I expect that he gives me what I want. That's what I expect. Right. I'm not walking around expecting people to pay for me. And
yeah, well, let me ask you this question. Are you also willing to do all the housework? Cook?
Oh, are you kidding? I consider a woman should cook, clean, and take care of her man.
So you'll do all of that?
Are you kidding? I think a woman who doesn't do that is not taking care of her man. Like I said, I will take care of him, but he needs to take care of me.
So you will do all of those things around the house, all the traditional female roles.
Any boyfriend I've ever had has never cooked, has never cleaned.
And you will put out anytime, anywhere.
Oh, I'm definitely. That's part of being in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of being a woman.
Huh?
It's part of being a woman.
Oh, see, there you go. It's like you think those are like okay things to say, and at least I'm being honest, and you are too, and that's fine. Everyone has their opinion.
Agree with you. No, I don't agree with you 100% there. I think that the guys and the girls should split the duties, but I also don't think that women should expect the whole world from their men.
I will give my husband the world, and I hope he gives me the world.
But the world shouldn't be a ring.
Oh, no, it's not just a ring. That's just part of it.
It's a ring plus.
Yeah, there you go, Tom.
All right, Christy, Mike, thank you for the calls.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Really?
1-800-5800-866.
I like the show, but I don't agree with everything, and I just want
But you can't stop listening. It's like a bad car wreck all of a sudden. You see one, you stop on the highway. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, the humanity. Oh, Jesus.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.